Welcome to episode 25 of Blue-Lusional.
We're back.
We're back. So much to cover, but we just want to let you know that TikTok hates us. We posted one update, which we will talk about in just 1 second, but it was about obviously the Epstein files. And I'm telling you, the second the video loaded and hit the For You page, they said get fucked and completely banned us from the creator reward program. If you don't know what that is, people on TikTok that have more than 10,000 followers can enroll for this program and you get paid for views. I mean, you barely get paid anything, guys. I'm talking the way they have it set up. You gotta get like lots of views to even make any
It's
money.
slave labor.
Yeah. Like once a month we'd have a video that really popped off and that's what would get us money. But like on average, every video has to be over 1,000 views to even start making money. And then each person has to watch it for a long time for it to even count as a view. But they kicked us the fuck right out. No warning. Everybody gets these warnings. We didn't get a warning. And then they said you could appeal. So Devin and I got on a call and wrote out this whole thing for why we should be appealed because we didn't even get a warning. We've never been an issue. We've been in it for months. And the second Devin pressed submit, it immediately was like denied. Appeal denied.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
That wasn't in front of a person. That was AI.
So
We got defunded.
please subscribe.
We got defunded by the government. Yeah. Subscribe to YouTube, Substack, follow us on Instagram, Blue Sky, but definitely YouTube.
Yeah. That was wild. I'm so mad about that. The censorship is insane. It's insane because so many other people with a larger following, we don't even have that large of a following. We're just shy of like 20K. But there are people that have like triple the amount of following and say exactly what we say and don't get in trouble.
Worse.
Like we censor ourselves. Everything's in code words. We slip up on here and use the code words. Like we call Trump Donorrhea on TikTok because you can't say his name because you get suppressed. And we didn't even say Epstein. We just say the files. Elon Musk is Muscatina. Like everybody has a code name. We can't say gun. We say pew pew. It sounds ridiculous, but we had to in order to be able to stay in this rewards program and even have our videos go out onto the For You page for people to see them. So it's just insane. It's insane. We're probably going to get booted off that app soon with no warning.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Anywho, to the reason why we got kicked out of the creator program, starting off with the Democrats winning another House seat in a landslide. Adelita Grijalva won the Arizona special election on the 23rd, and that means that the petition by Thomas Massie, Rokana, to get the Epstein files released on the House floor, 218 that they needed. She immediately said, I'm going to sign it. And would you look at that? Mike Johnson said, we're not going to swear you in because we don't want the Epstein files to be released because we need to protect the pedophiles. Okay. The Epstein files, the pedophiles, gotta protect. Okay. So also on top of that, the House Oversight dropped another, it's like a fucking video game DLC at this point.
Yeah.
New Epstein file DLC dropped. The House Oversight dropped another one. And in this one, this is what got us kicked out of the program. So Steve Bannon, Elon, and Bill Gates showed up in this batch. But this was funny. It's not funny. But when I sent the screenshot to Casey, she was like, did I say Bill Gates on there? And I was like, shit. I was too focused in on Elon. I thought it was just only Elon and Steve Bannon. But no, Bill Gates was on there too. We knew that he was on there already, but to finally see it in like writing, I was like, okay, that all makes sense now. So basically, we are still waiting it out for Adelita Grijalva to get sworn in because without that swearing in, we're not going to be able to get that vote for the Epstein files. And yeah, Mike Johnson is going to keep stalling it out.
Yeah, he is absolutely going to stall that out. He will do everything in his power, but here's the thing. It's going to happen. It has to happen. It's just a when. We're in a waiting game.
Yeah, you can't just not swear her in.
Never.
That's not how this works. You can't just not swear her. You're gonna have to
Arizona,
eventually
like,
swear her in.
what are you? We literally voted her in. What is happening?
Like, this is where we're at now. We're just not swearing in people to fucking protect pedophiles. Like, that's where we're there. We are prosecuting political opponents. James Comey got indicted by the DOJ for literally doing absolutely nothing. He literally did not do anything. They were just like, bring him in. Bring him in. He doesn't like me. Get him in here. Let's take it to trial. For what? I don't know. James Comey said, let's go to trial. I'm innocent. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
Like, can
But
you
you
just
know
tell
what?
me so I can prepare my defense?
I don't feel bad for James Comey, though. I don't fucking feel bad for James Comey. You did this to yourself. This is a fucking Cheddar Bob moment. Okay, you fucking put the gun in your fucking waistband and you shot your dick off. Sorry, dude. Maybe you shouldn't have fucking helped him win the first time around. Because he is one of the people that is mainly responsible for that with the fucking Hillary's emails witch hunt.
Oh yeah.
If you don't remember, that was James Comey.
Yeah. Hence why he's on
So James,
his radar.
he can eat a dick.
Yep.
I mean, I hope you win. That way it can fucking look bad on him. But fuck you for putting us here. Eat a dick.
Yep.
Good luck.
Good luck with that.
That's where I'm at. I can hold two thoughts at once. Eat a dick. Good luck.
Well, the tariffs aren't over. We have more tariffs. These tariffs are going to hit pretty hard. They're going to hit pretty hard. Let's talk about it. So we have brand name prescription drugs are going to face 100% tax if they're made outside of the US. Now, generic drugs are not going to be affected. And we will say a lot of prescriptions, your day-to-day prescriptions, are made here in the US. So this is obviously just political theater, which we all know, political stunt to be like, haha. And then all the US manufacturers are like, but we make it here. What do you do that for? Now, what this will affect, and the white MAGA Karens are not going to like it, that is going to affect their Ozempic, their Botox, not made in the US. We have not figured that out. Okay. The Ozempic's gonna be, it's already expensive. Around the holidays, when you want that Ozempi, I can say that, guys. I was on Ozempic. Your little Ozempi? I has actually prescribed it. Okay. I was prescribed it. So if you need to reorder that, even if you're getting it like compounded, which is already an issue because when they deem that a prescription drug isn't in like shortage, then they aren't supposed to compound it anymore. And that's where we're at with Ozempic or semaglutide. It's not a shortage, so they shouldn't even be compounding it. But even the compounds, yeah, the 100% tax. And yeah, you're paying it. You're absolutely paying it. And the Botox, same thing. So the white MAGA Karens are not going to be happy about it. They are absolutely going to rage when they realize that they are paying for it. And they will notice. That's going to be a big one. And their kitchen remodel's not going to happen. Want to know why? Kitchen cabinets and bathroom vanities, 50%. What? Not to mention
Who's this for?
furniture, couches, your chairs, 30%.
This has to be like when he watched Escape from Alcatraz. There has to have been something on where he was watching. He got mad at a kitchen and furniture.
I think he was just watching
Prescription
HGTV.
drugs.
I think he was watching HGTV, and there was a lovely gay couple that bought some beautiful house and was able to furnish it and redo it, and that just sent him in a spiral. And the, like,
getting this shit.
one of them worked as like a pharmacist, and so he was like all of it at once because he announced all of those at once.
He said, oh, "Fuck."
He said, "I'm sorry, they're gay and they can afford a house and furniture because they work as pharmacists? Not on my watch." My watch. But it's okay. It's not okay. What I'm saying is, like, we know exactly. I could tell you that's what happened. I know that's what happened. I don't even have to speculate. That's what happened. It's predictable at this point. It's so predictable. And yes, trucks caught a stray. Trucks, any truck, big truck. He said big trucks. Big trucks built overseas, 30%. I don't know what constitutes big truck. How big? I don't know. It's just big trucks from built overseas.
What's the bar? What's the bar?
The bar is on the ground. It's not great. It's not. It's just the fact that we can actually predict what probably happened to lead us to this point. So I'm sorry if you were thinking about redoing your kitchen. It's not going to happen. You got to buy it
It's
tomorrow or the tariffs are going to be in effect.
it's not gonna happen. Sorry.
Sorry. I'm so
It's
sorry.
it's not gonna happen. Well, we got other stupid shit happening. In the NJ governor race, Mikey Sherill, the Democrat nominee who's running against Jaxie Schiarelli, he doxed her. He doxed her. He got all of her veteran information at the behest of the Trump regime and doxed her and got out all her information, where she lives, where she works, everything about her, because they're scared that she's going to win. Because they need as many MAGA loyalists installed everywhere as they can get, because if they don't, they're fucked.
The writing's on the
They need people. They need people to agree with their agenda that they have going, because if they get a red governor, then they can say, all right, cool. Hey, bud, need the National Guard in there today. We're going to round up some Latino folks. Okay, cool. You don't get that, it's another person just working against you. Remember to check your voter registration, especially for my people in Jersey. Please vote for Mikey Sherill. I'm begging you. New Jersey does not need a fucking red governor, okay? New Jersey's vibe is not red governor, okay?
I know. It's
It's just
the
not.
vibe.
We're East
The
Coast.
vibe.
That's not our, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, okay?
Don't
We're
fuck up
not
the
doing
vibes on the East Coast.
with a red governor? Come on. That's
Northeast
gross.
Coast, they have it figured out. Don't throw a wrench in that. That's really gonna just fuck with the shit. It's right in the middle. It's not the move.
That's what makes us like legit.
Yeah.
Like that's home base.
It
Okay.
is. It's safe
Don't
zone. Safety
don't
zone is New England
okay.
area.
Don't start to bring the South up. Okay. We don't
Mhm.
want the South to rise again. Okay? We're trying to prevent that. They're trying. We would like to prevent that. Please
Yeah,
don't do that. Okay.
I get
That'd be
it.
great. Don't do that.
Well, what also we would like not to happen, but what's probably going to happen is a government shutdown. We talked about it last week, the looming government shutdown. And last week, we had told you that the House passed the resolution. And when it went to the Senate, all Dems stood on business and voted against it. And even though the House and the Senate have a majority, they need a certain amount of votes. So they needed 60 votes, and there are not 60 Republican senators. So they needed some Dems to fold, and they didn't fold. So that's where we were at last week. This week, we are in the same spot. So Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries have been saying they wanted to have a meeting with Trump because they're willing to negotiate, but they are not willing to take the resolution that Republicans have brought to the table because it is more cuts to healthcare and giving a lot of money to security measures for the executive branch. They already have security. I don't understand. So they're like, we're willing to negotiate. And Trump was like, fuck off. You guys will fold on your own. I don't need to get involved. So he sent all the Republicans to try and talk to them and try to get them to fold. It didn't work. And now, obviously, we are 2 days away from a shutdown. So today, he finally decided that he was going to meet with them. Before doing that, he was like, obviously, had to get on the mic and say, if there's a government shutdown, I will inflict maximum pain and the Democrats will pay for this. Who does that? Who's like, all of you are going to get fucked and I will make sure you all get fucked.
Like he's talking like a cartoon supervillain.
It's
I will
like,
inflict maximum pain.
I will make sure all of you hate your lives because I'm mad at the Democrats. That's the president. That's who you guys voted for. All I'm saying is if Joe Biden did that, y'all would be like, how dare you?
They
It
would
would
have
be
rolled the
crazy.
guillotine right up on the White House lawn.
Like, it just, he's so confident in saying that. So then he meets with them, and it was um it was Hakeem, Schumer, Johnson, Vance, and Trump. And all five of them met, no conclusion. Nothing happened. Want to know why? Because they were like, we are not going to vote on a resolution that has cuts to healthcare. That's that on that. And so they made no progress in that meeting. So now Vance is like, government's probably going to shut down and it's the Democrats' fault. And then Hakeem's like, no, it's you guys' fault because at the end of the day, you guys have a majority. You have the House, the Senate, your president. So if the
You have
government
everything.
shuts down, it is a direct reflection on your poor resolutions that suck ass. Mind you, the last government shutdown under Trump, he folded immediately because air traffic control was fucked. So we're going to see it. Everybody doesn't really understand shutdowns. Even I had to go look this information up myself because I've always just believed like government shutdown, like even essential workers, like everything halts. That is not the case. People who are going to feel it the most are non-essential staff. So like TSA, border security, air traffic control, they would still go to work, but they are probably not going to get paid. And then healthcare, SNAP, Medicaid, Social Security, those will most likely pause. So if you were expecting to get your benefits on a certain day, it's a waiting game. You'll wake up that day and see if you get them. You
Yep.
might not get them, you might get them. And then lastly would be like national parks, museums, federal offices, like places like where you go to get your passports, visas. And if you're buying a house, people that do your inspections and approvals and loan programs, federal support, all of that. So that would be bad. And then obviously travel and tourism is already bad in this country right now, just going to get worse. So those are the people who are going to feel it. But we are in unprecedented times. Therefore, there is a possibility that essential work is going to be affected, especially if he doesn't fold. So just be prepared and get yourself. I know that there are a lot of mutual aid support groups that are building right now. If you are somebody who is going to be affected, I wouldn't wait until the last minute to make your plans and preparations. And it absolutely sucks that we were in this position, but I will go on and say exactly what Hakeem says. And I normally never agree with this man, but I will say the people who control the House, the Senate, who sit in the Oval Office are to blame for government shutdowns, not the Dems, because the Dems just want you to be able to have health care. And at some point, you have to draw the line in the sand. If they just continue to fold, like Schumer did back in March, April, with the big, beautiful bill because they didn't want to shut down. It just kicks the can down the road. And we know that Republicans are terrible with their budgeting bills and they lose money immediately. And this just kicks the can down the road a couple more months. And then they take more from healthcare and then they take more from here and more from here from the American citizens to give to ICE agents, to the executive branch, to SCOTUS. And at some point, you draw a line in the sand and say, we're done and we're not going to continue to play this game. If the government has to shut down, it has to shut down, but we're done feeding this. And we're all going to lose our jobs because our constituents aren't going to vote for us in the primaries if we keep doing this.
That's what they need to get at this point. Like, they have to stop playing the game of, oh, okay, well, we'll just let it be bad enough until it's the next election cycle. And then they'll say, oh my God, we need you Democrats so bad. Like, no, you keep doing that, you're going to get fucking primaried.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to kick you the fuck out.
Yeah,
keep playing that game. Then you're not good. You're going to be on the unemployment line with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's worth noting. Nobody wants a government shutdown. It is not ideal, especially as we're going into a holiday season. It is absolutely not ideal. But at what point does a line get drawn in the sand? And we all wanted that line drawn in the sand back in March, and it didn't happen. And our representatives heard about that. I mean, we flooded their phone lines leading up to them voting on the bill. And we were all, I mean, you should have seen if you have been listening to us, every single one, we named them one episode, each one of them flooded their phone lines, name and shame them, and said, you're done. We're not voting for you. You're done.
You're cooked.
You're cooked. So they know that, and they realize that they needed to stand on business this time. And so they have been. And we were nervous today. Even Devin was like, are they going to fold after this meeting? Nope, they did not. They did not. So I don't think that they would go
That's
through
the
all of this and
stance
then
you need to
fold
take.
tomorrow. Unless
You have to take that stance. You have to take that stance. You can't fucking negotiate with Nazis. Like, come on.
it's just at some point, it's just like, okay,
Come on.
you're not here to negotiate. I was here to negotiate. You're not here to negotiate. It's your bill or the highway. And we're saying no. Why? So that's where we are at. Sorry.
Let them fucking take it.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be on them. Yeah, more bullshit from Trump. He declared war on Portland via Truth Social. And I want to read that because it is totally fucking normal for the president to, legislate via Truth Social. So, at the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I am also authorizing full force if necessary. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I start. People in Portland say there is absolutely nothing happening here.
They
Like, yeah,
ranked
they
like
protest.
70, 71, or 77 in crime in
Yeah, I think it was
cities.
70. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're protesting at the ICE facility, but they're literally just outside banging drums. They're not. Nobody's getting touched. They're not doing anything to anyone. Even this has more of the right wing pundits fucking turning and questioning him. I fucking saw older millennial
I know.
say there is absolutely no
No
reason that the
reason.
military should be in Portland.
It's not
This is
constitutional.
unconstitutional.
MAGA influencer. He is, if you're not on TikTok, he is a MAGA influencer.
And he's like one of the fucking brainless ones that like just eats, sleeps, and shits MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, this is not good. And you know why? Because, oh shit, he's sending the National Guard to fucking places where it's mostly white people. Wait, I'm white. He could do that to. Hey man, I don't think this National Guard stuff is so good. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, I don't. Wait, I thought you were only sending them to the black places like DC and Memphis and Detroit, and I thought you're
Can't
doing white
argue
people
this.
too.
It's them saying I can't argue this. I can't. My elder millennial is supposed to get on whenever something like this happens and argue for Trump, argue for MAGA. That's the type of influencer he is. So how do you, to Devin's point, how do you argue them going to Portland, Oregon with all the facts laid out? You can't. So you've put him in a pickle. It's the same thing that happened with Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan.
I loved that. I love
You've
that
now
with
put
Theo Von.
them,
Fuck
I mean,
him.
they put Theo Vaughn on the official White House page in a video, and he was like, no, I'm no longer associated with you guys. No. Joe Rogan, same thing. No. With the files, he woke up. They're waking up, and I know all of you are like, still fuck them, like, absolutely not, like, keep fucking, like, guys, we're not saying that you need to accept them with open arms. Of fucking course not. They should all be held accountable for even for a slight second supporting that man. But let them wake up.
We're not
Let them
agreeing with
wake
them.
up.
They're agreeing with
They're
us.
agreeing with us. And we're not telling you to kumbaya. We're just telling you to just let them wake up, because somebody like Elder Millennial has a lot of influence on young MAGA on TikTok. For somebody like him to wake up means that a lot of them are going to wake up. You see what I'm saying? So let them wake up. Just stand back. You don't have to do anything. Just grab your popcorn and watch it. You don't have to win.
Stay out of the comment section.
Nobody's asking you to go over and give him a hug. Just stay back and let them come out of it.
That's it. Him, Candace Owens,
Yeah.
Nick Fuentes is. Hey, whatever
Whatever they're
Nick
doing
Fuentes
over
is doing,
there, let them do it. Let
y'all
them.
got it. Y'all got it. Okay. They're just gonna hit him with the damn. That's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah,
For real, they're sending the military to Portland. Damn, that I heard about that. That's crazy.
crazy. That's crazy, because a lot of people are waking up and they're also folding. Let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel. Obviously, we all saw what happened. Disney caved very quickly and said, we had a talk with him and we're going to put him back on the air. And we were like, yay, it worked. We did it. We did it, guys. We boycott. We canceled our subscriptions, our fucking vacations. People were canceling their Disney weddings. It was lit. I felt solidarity. Just, we were unstoppable. And we were on cloud nine until Claire and Nexstar said, oh no, we're still not airing Jimmy Kimmel on all of our combined 300 channels across multiple different platforms. It'll be on Disney Plus and Hulu. That's that, pretty much. Not going to be on any of our shit. And so we were like, Dang. So it worked in a sense, but it didn't really work. They folded immediately. Wanna know why? Because
It was like the next day.
Jimmy Kimmel returned to air. He brought in over 6 million viewers, which is the highest viewer count for the Jimmy Kimmel Show in over a decade on his first night back. And Sinclair Next Door said, "Can't argue with those numbers. Bring them back. Bring them back." So they did that. And so then everyone was like, "All right, we did it. I'm going to get my subscription back. I'm going to go back to Disney Plus, to Hulu. Let me just mosey on over." Immediately, Disney Plus and Hulu upped their prices for their subscriptions. So I believe for the Disney Plus Hulu package with ads, it used to be like
94. I
$11.99. Now it's 14.
think it's 94 for the year now.
They raised their yearly rate, I believe, between $30 and $90.
To punish everyone.
They're trying to say that that's completely unrelated. This just all happened around the same time. They were already going to roll that price package out to people coming on. It just so happens that that happened, and they're trying to cover their ass right now. But then a lot of people were like, that's crazy because when I tried to cancel my subscription, we tried to we did cancel it. And when we were going through that process, they were like, we'll give you 3 months free. And then the rest of the year it will be $6 because we had the with ads package that was like $11. So we're going to pay 3 months and then half off for like 6 months. They were doing everything to get us to stay. We're rolling out a higher tier price package. Why would you be working so hard for us to stay? No.
Yeah, you didn't account for the loss of 4 billion in a matter of 4 days
Yeah.
in your yearly estimations. So you got to cover that somehow.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna
So then
happen.
everyone was like, "Oh, no, I didn't want it back that bad."
Everyone's like, yeah, this is kind of nice.
So yeah, a lot of people are not resubscribing. And you know what? Stand on that business. Stand on it.
This is what they respond to.
Mhm.
They respond to money, and they lost a fuck ton.
Let them keep losing
This
money.
is what they respond to
As a
every single
certified
time.
Disney girly who grew up going to Disney, worked at Disney, loves Disney. At some point, I had to be comfortable being uncomfortable. It is very easy for me to be like, well, Disney is my happy place, so I can't boycott Disney. That's like the last thing I'm going to do. That's my last bit of happiness. You can't take that from me. In a hostile government takeover, you got to be okay with being uncomfortable. And yes, not going to Disney, not watching Disney movies, especially right now in the fall. I love Hocus Pocus and like the Disney Channel original like spooky movies. Yeah, I don't love it enough to be comfortable in a hostile government takeover. It's just that is where my line is drawn in the sand, is that it sucks. And I
Yep.
wish Disney would do better because in the past they have. In the past they have done better.
This is one of my favorite things because I knew this from the jump. The TikTok deal is not real. It's not real. There is no TikTok deal. For 2 weeks now, Trump administration says, all right, guys, the deal is done. We spit on our hands. We shook them. China said yes. They're selling us TikTok. They're selling it to Oracle and a consortium of other fucking weird ass tech bros. It's going to be a panel. Rupert Murdoch is going to be there. We're going to get a piece of the pie. It's going to be state run media. We're going to run propaganda. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be MAGA talk. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. Carolyn Levitt is talking about it in press conferences. She's saying the USA is going to control the algorithm. They're saying all this shit. We signed the executive order. It's done. The deal is done. It's boom. You guys are fucked. You fucking leftists are done. Radical left lunatics. You aren't going to be able to say shit anymore. You're done. Okay. And I waited. I was like, okay.
Devin called it.
I was like, okay, sure. Okay, cool. I'll wait. Because in my head, I was like, there's no deal. Because everyone keeps forgetting executive orders are not laws. It's a wish list. It is literally a list of fucking Santa Claus.
It is. It's like, wouldn't it be nice if you all did this just because you wanted to? Maybe.
That's it. And here's the thing, how it's not a deal. It's an executive order. And I waited. China never said anything. ByteDance never said anything. President Xi never said anything. TikTok never made a statement. Show never made a statement. Now, back in July, TikTok denied this because they tried to say that this again in July. They said the M2 app was coming, China agreed to a deal, the deal is done.
Yeah, 2026.
And that's why this time I was like, but you just said that the deal was, you already said it was done, so the deal is done again. You said there was a deal last time, but there was no deal. But now that you signed an executive order, see the way a deal works is that the two parties have to agree. They both have to know that a deal is happening and that a deal is presented. I fully believe that Xi and Shou do not know about an offer for TikTok. They don't know what the fuck this guy is talking about. All it is another executive order extension because the deadline for this most recent executive order that was signed is December. And how long have the extensions that he has been signing, how long have they been for? 90 days. What month is it? It's September, and the extension has a deadline of December. So he just signed another executive order to extend the TikTok ban. Yeah, there's no deal. He just said it's a deal, and they spewed a bunch of propaganda on TV, and then shame on the fucking media for fucking taking that and running with it and writing detailed deep dive articles about who is going to be on this board and Oracle and Larry Ellison and that the US is going to control the algorithm. They ran with this shit. There's no deal.
There's no deal. And I say just do that to your little True Social. Make your little True Social what you wanted TikTok USA to be. Go do it over there. All of you can go over there. Freaking right-wing MAGA, y'all can leave TikTok, go to True Social, you can post your little AI videos and do your little shit over there, and we will all stay here on TikTok and have a great fucking time.
China knows how valuable TikTok is. Speaking of, they said you think TikTok at a minimum is worth $1 trillion. The fucking tool, that thing. This is why they want TikTok. TikTok is not going to go away. That app is not going to shut down. They will fucking write executive orders again and again and again and again because they know the power that thing has, the amount of propaganda that they can spew, the amount of videos that they can put. That executive order is what they want. They want to be able to control the algorithm to just give you MAGA fucking shit. Just MAGA, 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 MAGA all day. Buy this fucking red hat, buy these fucking gold sneakers, do all this grifty shit. President Trump is so great. Another win for the Republicans. Own the libs. Round them up. This is why they want it. Fucking Netanyahu just said it. We need to get a deal for TikTok. Yes, Benjamin Netanyahu, yes, from Israel, said that a deal needs to get struck for TikTok with China. Why? Because he doesn't want people to see fucking Gazans getting blown up on there anymore. He doesn't want people to talk about the genocide that they're committing in Gaza. That's why Benjamin Netanyahu wants TikTok. Okay.
Yep.
That app's not going anywhere.
We might not be on that app, but it'll still be there.
We might not be there, but they want that shit. So that's my rant on fucking TikTok. There's no deal. It doesn't exist. There's another extension.
Yeah. Let's talk about Pete. Pete Hegseth announced all Army generals will be in Virginia next week. He's pulling 800 generals and admirals to Virginia. And yes, as of today, Trump is going to be joining. So obviously everybody started to lose their minds and they were like, oh my God, they're going to tell them to take an oath to them and not to the Constitution. And it's going to be like, you work for us, you listen to us. And so everybody was freaking out. They're saying that they're just reinforcing warrior ethos, and veterans and people in the military started making videos being like, hey guys, this isn't going to happen. Generals know that they took an oath to the Constitution and they are not going to be okay with the president telling them to militarize and go against their own citizens. They're supposed to be protecting their citizens, and anything that is not that, they're not going to agree to do. There are also people saying that something bad's going to happen, that they're bringing all of them there to harm them. And they were like, that's not going to happen. And even if, guys, there is a ladder of command when they leave to go somewhere, somebody right below them would take over if something like that were to happen, but we would never want that to happen. So the veterans are telling you to calm down. So listen to the veterans, the people who have lived through this, and they know what they took an oath to do. They know it through and through. Listen to veterans. Every video I've seen that has been done by a veteran has been saying, like, guys, chill out. No matter what this is, we're not saying it's not going to be Pete Hegseth telling them to militarize and go against citizens. They're telling you that the generals are not going to agree to it. Just think about it. When they wanted to militarize DC, when they wanted to send the National Guard into LA, when they did all of this, they were calling through all these generals. These generals were not picking up the fucking phone, not picking up. They marched out of sync at his parade. They are sitting there, the National Guard, on their phones, having to pick up trash in DC. They don't want to be there. We all see it. Veterans are telling you to chill out, chill out. Obviously, we're going to watch the event very closely and see what happens, but a lot of people are spiraling. We're not here to fearmonger you. And the veterans, they know. So listen to them. That's my take on that.
Part. What you should not be chilling out about. Are we ready to say it's the guns yet? There were 3 shootings in under 24 hours. It's been longer than 24 hours at this point, but between Saturday and Sunday, there was a shooting in North Carolina. Man shot into a crowded waterfront bar, 3 dead, 8 injured. Michigan, at a church, 1 dead, 10 injured, then fucking set the church on fire. And then today, a different person drove through the police blockade of the fucking crime scene of the fucking church. Louisiana, another one, 1 dead, 3 injured. Now, not every single one of these was a white dude, but let's just say we have a fucking gun problem, because what's the fucking common denominator in each and every one of these? It's the fucking guns. And yes, I think we also do need to fucking address the fact that not every time, okay? Let's say 90% of the time, it's a fucking Christian nationalist type person that is committing the political violence. When are we going to say somebody should draft up a fucking bill to make it harder to get a gun? Because this whole, there's a good guy with a gun to stop the bad guys with a gun is a fucking myth. It doesn't exist. I've never seen it happen. Not once. It has not stopped anybody. It's not saved anyone. When are we going to say that we need to fucking draft up legislation to drop the guns? Are we just going to keep doing this? I mean, I know we're going to keep doing this because look who we have in fucking office inciting this. Literally saying, yeah, I think I would have my money on the Republicans if they were to be the ones to go into, essentially get into a civil war. Because they're trying it. They're not doing it too well, though, because they're arguing with, they're saying that they have beef with the Mormons on Twitter right now. So that's the civil war we got. We got MAGA versus the Mormons. It's MAGA on MAGA crime, or Mormon crime.
And
Stupid.
we're not even done talking about gun violence, because in this ICE update, we have more gun violence. It's insane. Let's talk about ICE update. So yes, 2 people were killed at a Texas ICE detention center concentration camp, and we saw pretty much the same reaction that we did from the FBI for Charlie Kirk's assassination. They immediately were like, we found shell casings at the scene that said anti-ICE. What the fuck? What? Not to mention the governor of Texas immediately coming out and not denouncing what happened. Nothing for the victims, but saying, I love ICE. I love ICE. And they're going to continue to do what they do. That is insanity. Then they didn't stop there. Now they've said they found notes that he left behind, the sniper, that said, quote unquote, let's read through this together, word for word. The note said, hopefully, this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with AP rounds on the roof? Who fucking wrote that? Between the fucking text messages about Charlie Kirk, the shell casing saying anti-ICE, and this, I want to give these ICE agents real terror. They're not writing that. That's so
All the people, they fired all the people good at fabricating evidence. That's what they did.
It's not believable. It is not believable. And the part that angers me the most is that people died. And they are immediately like, I found these shell casings. We know who did it. Okay. Are we going to pay any respects to these victims? Nope. All the people who were outraged about Charlie? Nothing? Okay. Yep. Got it. Got it. Cool. You're terrible people. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit. You guys doxed people. People lost their jobs because they didn't like Charlie Kirk. But you guys celebrate human beings being fed to alligators, human beings being killed under government watch.
You're yelling at baristas.
You were literally causing a scene at Starbucks. Causing a scene.
Like, this is political psychosis. He's podcaster psycho. Like,
and yet, how many gun violence is still a thing. Charlie Kirk sounds like that was a couple weeks ago. And now 4 major headline news shootings.
it's every day.
Every fucking day. And it's just like, you only cared when it was Charlie. You only cared when it was Charlie. And you say, we're the party of hate and violence, yet we're the ones over here like, hi, this keeps happening. Can we do something? Hi, this keeps happening. Can we do something? I'm done. And the fucking spin of the shell casings and all that bullshit.
They're not even believing it anymore.
Because now we're getting to the point where it's on both sides. We're like, who was the shooter? I hope. They're saying, I hope it's somebody with blue hair that is part of the trans community or has somebody that they know who's trans so that we can blame it on them. And then we're over here like, I hope it's a white man. And we're just, why does this keep happening? I'm over it. This is ridiculous. And what's also ridiculous is that ICE agents literally held a 5-year-old girl who has autism outside of her home to pressure her father into surrendering to them. It's on video. Her father was taking her to the hospital for a severe illness, okay? They followed him, cornered them, and literally held her daughter hostage. It is all on video. You see the little girl sitting on the ground, and that you can hear the parents screaming at the agents not to touch her, to get away from her. And obviously, Department of Homeland Security was like, we didn't do anything. They abandoned their child. They abandoned her. Well, then everybody's taking video. Everything's on video nowadays. So they showed video clearly contradicting that. It was clearly contradicting that. So then they just went radio silent, nothing further. They eventually it had to stop. Now their daughter is in therapy, traumatized. Imagine you're 5 years old. All these grown, creepy ass men are standing there with guns and face coverings, just standing around you while you hear your parents screaming. It's just, thankfully the governor has come out and denounced it, saying it was horrifying, and civil rights groups are demanding accountability and they're lawyering up. And I hope that they fucking sue them for everything. A 5-year-old.
Hard watch.
It is a really hard video to watch. It's like literally I saw red.
Especially if you're a parent, you could just watch that shit and you just feel nothing.
Yeah. Because they don't see, this is a thing, they only see that when it's themselves.
Charlie Kirk.
They don't see human beings.
Let a little blonde girl named Stacy get pulled away.
Then it's on site.
We have to abolish ICE.
Absolutely crazy.
Speaking of people that are pissing us off, Eric Adams, he dropped out of the mayoral race. Thank God. He's trashed. He's another fucking MAGA goon. Hakeem Jeffries, though, he said that Eric Adams is a courageous and authentic leader. Hakeem Jeffries has to go. Like, there's nothing that man could fucking do or say to ever make me see him in a positive light, like ever again. I don't fucking care if you do all the things right to get the government to shut down. Like, he would rather do that than endorse Zoran Mamdani.
He wakes up every morning and goes, how am I going to piss off Devin today?
And it's so crazy. And it's like, I'm not shocked.
You can't be.
But it's just, you could have just said nothing. You could have just shut the fuck up and not endorse anybody. You went and decided to say, you know what? I'm going to throw my support behind somebody who is clearly tied to a modern day Nazi. That's what I'm going to do. That's what's best for New York.
Like, why? Can we normalize shutting the fuck up? Let's normalize that, because that is an option. We have free will. If you know you're not dumb. You know as a politician what you're about to say is going to piss your constituents the fuck off. Let's normalize shutting the fuck up. Don't say
You
anything.
know we've been on your ass.
You know.
You know we've been on your ass. You know we've been. You were getting interviewed by Don Lemon. Even Don Lemon was like, "Yeah, a lot of people are
I hate
asking you
you.
about APAC. What's going on with APAC?" And he was like, "Just gobbledygook, dumb answer, something, something."
Fucking answer. It's like, just don't fucking talk. Use your
And
free
then he
will
says,
and don't say anything.
"You know what? I think I'm gonna call Eric Adams courageous.
Come
Dude
get
that was
that hit.
taking bribes from Turkey? That guy? That guy? Like, I don't know.
Hakeem, fuck you.
Hakeem,
It's on site with Devin.
I don't want somebody to show up at my house. Okay. I don't want somebody okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if some of our friends start winning,
Mm-hmm. And we get to get to that little Capitol building. Just
I'll give people something to report about.
yeah.
I'll give you guys some good headline shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll
Bitch.
go ahead and end out with yes, that really did happen. Starting off strong. Trump knows we wanted some shit released. And he said, I got you. I know what you want released. You want the Amelia Earhart documents released, right? And we're like,
That's what you said.
I mean, sure, release them. We still want the files. You can release all this other stuff. Go for it. Release all, at this point, he's going to release all the Area 51. He's going to be like, aliens are real. I'm bringing you some aliens to show you. And we're like, okay, cool. After that, though, I'm going to need the Epstein files.
Yeah.
And he's
Sick.
like, what can I give you guys? I'll make you shut the fuck up. And we're like, the Epstein. Like, brother, you are not escaping this. You are not escaping this. But yes, we'll take the Amelia Earhart files. Sure. Whatever. But we still want the Epstein files. Okay. Immediately. That wasn't the distraction he wanted because it wasn't a distraction. All of us collectively went, okay. Anyways. Epstein files. Next was when I got real heated about, I have fucking choice words about this. Leftists, why are you following Kamala Harris around on her tour and protesting? A private fucking citizen who is no longer active member of the government or has any say in any laws that are passed. I don't want to hear it. I've heard all of your takes and they're all bad. I don't care that you're not just protesting at Kamala Harris's book rally. You're just protesting anywhere that your voice can be heard when every single one of you failed the assignment in November. You fucking failed. The assignment was clear. There was one candidate talking about a ceasefire. One. And y'all were like, it's Jill Stein or nothing. And I want you to tell me right now, without having to look at your phone, where she is.
Here's my thing. That would be the equivalent of us going after Zoran because, you know, he was part of the uncommitted movement. But the people are going to say, oh, well, the uncommitted movement he was a part of was just for the primary, for people to leave the primary blank. Oh, no. You're not getting off like that. No, because that snowballed into people not voting for Kamala Harris and staying home. But hey, guess what? We see the bigger picture and understand what's, you know, the greater good. So we're going to say support Zoran Mamdani. It's the same fucking thing.
Multiple things can be.
It's the same thing because guess who he's running against? Andrew Cuomo. And guess what? He's a fucking MAGA-goon.
It was, the assignment was plain and simple. It was really cut and dry. It was black and white. It was, you didn't even have to read all of Project 2025. It was so clear. We could be down really bad or we could be slowly working towards progress. Pick your poison. You picked your poison. And so you don't, I mean, you have a right to protest. You can follow Kamala Harris around legally and protest. I'm telling you that today, Netanyahu was here.
Still, he's been here.
He's been here multiple times. It should be like the No Kings protest up in this bitch every time he even steps foot on U.S. soil.
He should be shook.
I'm just saying, and I don't want to hear it. They don't show that. They're suppressing that content. They don't show that. I don't want to hear it because I understand there are protests happening everywhere. I get that, but I'm really not going to take that as an excuse that they just suppress that content. There are a lot of things. They suppress content coming out of Gaza, and we have still found ways to get that content. I haven't seen any of you get on a flotilla. And you guys know full and well that they have the mutual aid, any funds going to Gaza, and you guys are still sending money, you know it's not going there. So I think that's what I'm upset about, is that you guys, I'm just upset you didn't show up and vote. And if you showed up and vote, it was a stupid ass vote. I'm sorry. Voting for Jill Stein, knowing full and well she was not going to win, as a protest vote, and then saying, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to follow Kamala Harris around on her book tour, where you didn't even read her book, where she actually discusses this. She actually talks about it in the book. You didn't read it. I know you didn't. You're just following her around, and Netanyahu is here,
Laid up, posted up,
posted up.
chilling, having a good old time,
That's
talking shit.
like mind-boggling to me.
And those tickets are $1,200. So who bought that?
Meanwhile, nobody was going to tell Trump that escalators are just stairs that move for you. Like, even when they don't work, they're still stairs. Was this like a conspiracy theory? Those stairs stopped working and he short-circuited. Melania was like, oh, these are stairs, and just started walking up the stairs, and he was like, what? What's very funny is that then somebody posted a picture that one of the Trump Tower buildings, their escalator was down, like a day later. It was very funny. And he is opening up a full-fledged investigation into the escalator, except for the fact that there is quite literally video footage of somebody from the White House stopping the escalator.
Open and shut case.
Open and shut case. And to be fair, since that video was shown, we haven't heard anything about the escalator.
Did they send him to prison?
They might have heard just his unhinged rant. If you have literally not been living under a rock, you know that Trump decided that him and RFK Jr. have found the root cause of autism, and that it's Tylenol. He just went on an unhinged rant about it, basically saying, I'm right, you're wrong, get fucked. Now, this has led to some hot takes online. Might I say, Gen Z is so fucking unserious. Somebody posted a video and they were like, you know what's crazy is that it was somebody walking around at night and they were like, my mom only took Tylenol PM, so I only have autism at night. And then the comment section was like, well, my mom only took extra strength autism, so I guess I have extra strength, or extra strength Tylenol, so I have extra strength autism. And then the cringy, like, moms who don't give their kids red dye 40, the crunchy moms, they for sure, they were so hell-bent that that's what he was going to say. That was red dye 40. They were like, he's going to say red dye 40 causes autism and the crunchy moms are going to win. We're going to win. And then he said Tylenol and they went, this woman made a video. She's got millions of followers. Made a video saying that there's red dye 40 in Tylenol and that she gives her kids a different brand that doesn't have red dye 40. And everyone was like, the only thing that's red about Tylenol is the box that it comes in. The pills are white. Where is the red dye 40? Are your kids sucking on the box? Like, this has caused everyone to spiral. But if you're listening, no, Tylenol does not cause autism. It's such a slap in the fucking face to researchers, to science, to people that have spent years and years, people that are in school for decades for RF fucking K to crack the mystery.
Please don't get your medical advice.
I'm so fucking.
Don't get your medical advice from the president or RFK. He said it himself.
Mm-hmm.
He said you shouldn't be taking medical advice from me.
He did.
That's him, verbatim.
Verbatim. Look it up. It is a video. He says you should not be taking medical advice from me. So
it's not
everyone, and no, nobody is. They said that people are liberals, the loony left, are overdosing themselves on Tylenol as an act of resistance. This is not happening. Can't make this shit up.
The only thing I saw was people saying, I'm going to carry Tylenol right in my pockets and throw it at Red Hat. Just be like, ooh, autism.
Yeah, no. This is wild. But that's all we have for you this week.
Yeah. Please follow us on all our socials. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Substack. We post these on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Blue Sky. I think I hit everything. You can keep following us on TikTok until, I don't know, we may or may not get banned because we're not in their good graces right now because we want to talk about the Epstein files just like everybody else, but whatever.
We'll be posting more on here. we're gonna start
Yeah.
kind of putting our energy
Yeah.
towards YouTube. I think that's what a lot of
Yeah.
left-leaning content creators and liberal content creators are gonna do because it's just easier to talk about things on here. So we're I hate when people are like smash that subscribe button, but we're about to have to be those people. Please smash.
Please smash the subscribe button. Smash
I
it.
hated saying that. But please, because we're gonna take everything we do on TikTok, but make it long form, and we'll actually make it like a full on show for you guys. We'll be able to have the clips, the articles that you guys ask for on TikTok that we can't use because the video gets taken down if we put screenshots and all of that stuff. So we'll actually put way more effort in here and be able to just talk freely, and it will be awesome. But in order to do that, we need people to subscribe and watch it.
Watch it. Yeah. So follow us on all the things. We will be back on Thursday with another grassroots candidate interview, chat GRC. Until then, catch
Bye.
you next time. Bye.